Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Terminal Thursday. I'm your host, Lemuel Sora. And today, it's going to be a pretty fun game because we have another developer here. It's my good friend Gellert. Gellert, how are you doing it this evening? Oh.
Well.
Sorry, I didn't see that the Discord dropped me out. Anyway, Gellert, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, well, hello there. I'm doing fantastic.
Right, let me just cut it over. So, like we discussed before, I'm going to be playing as the USSR today. It's going to be one of my first times on stream as the USSR. I've basically only played as the US before, but should be going fine. Are you going to host?
No, it's fine. You can host.
All right. Let me just quickly give you your code.
Well, thank you.
Let's get straight to it, shall we?
Most certainly.
I keep forgetting this. Because whenever I play as the US, I have like 2 finance and 1 people, and then you go ahead and you start playing as the Soviets, and you see like, oh, look at that. Basically everything you have is being equated for. You have people, you have everything that you need.
Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, you start with a different setup of alignment. Naturally, the Soviet Union has more decision on how things are aligned in the nation, and being a autocratic, well, a dictatorship. Whilst the US less so, but the US has a lot more influence all over the world. Maybe that we can show off later on as we start up the game. And of course, also that means the Soviet Union is the first to pick a focus as well.
Yeah, and I'm deciding on this focus.
Wow. So that gives me 1 victory points, but it gives you an alignment. And
the one that I specifically need for basically no cost.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Got to activate in-game sound, there you go. What you choose. So Siberia, Murmansk, and what lets you choose Yakutia. That is interesting choices. I'm not sure why you would pick those, but okay.
No particular reason. Just good old-fashioned American foreign politics. Oh, a foray straight into Berlin, I see.
Mine.
That's very interesting.
No touchy. My Berlin. Everything in East Germany is mine. We agreed to that. Hand it over.
We did no such thing. No such thing at all.
We agreed to it. Hand it over.
Oh, the fate of Germany. So this is an interesting element. You wanna say a few words about this?
You mean the fate of Germany? Well, it's basically if I have anything going over here, moving in Germany and such, the fate of Germany is going to fire. And I have the choice to either gain a bunch of money by just doing what the Soviets did in real life, by excavating all of the industry which was still in Germany to pay as reparations, or I can do other things, like in this case I get the people on my side, get the government on my side by just basically purging everybody who's against me and just showing the people what nice of a person I am, which is something, you know, which sounds just really great, doesn't it?
It sounds fantastic.
I do not know why you moved in there. You should know that that is a province where I have a sub next to it.
Well, and here I was going to be, friendly United States.
Moves in to attack my destroyer, says he's friendly. Okay. I mean, I know what your goal was, to create a war zone there, so you can fight in there later, but the problem is I'm gonna just lock down Eastern Europe completely. Make sure that you can't do anything fishy here.
That is very nasty. It's not nice at all.
I've had an opponent before who had this great idea of just putting 5 bomber commands on the Aleutian Island. So I know for a fact it is important to keep that on lockdown.
Here we were going to be nice, friendly, and now, look at us now.
I mean, I said East Berlin is East and West Berlin is mine, so.
Well, not yet, but by the look of it, it's yeah, there are Soviet forces based there now.
Let's see. I gotta make sure that this up here does not happen. Actually, I can do it. Because then I can just do... First of all, I do it.
We have enabled our nuclear commands can now deliver nuclear strikes.
There we go. Because I want to make sure that since you disarmed, you can't start war zones here. So I want to make sure that this is always in my control. So you can't start a war. You can't just start plug walking in. But I'll keep it in check. It's just so nice to just lose one influence in a province because you gain so much back. You just gain a huge amount of money or a huge amount of military, which is a really nice event.
And that is true.
One problem that I will have to keep around though is what happens for me all the time. And that is the fact that I do tend to gain way too much elites, so I'm fine with stuff like the German political machine because I could just, you know, I could just pay off my elites to just get more people, which is a really nice thing. Let's see. See if I can have a fun meme this game. It's something I've done to Mervin once as the Soviets. It is relatively easy to get a lot of finance alignment if you have so many elites. Because you can just spam the KGB all the time and just get all of the alignments that you ever need. And a fun thing I've done once was that I went ahead and got so much finance alignment that I was able to buy like 2 or 3 carriers as the Soviets.
That's
you know,
nice.
you don't expect it. It's just like, oh, look at that. There's some ships there. Is that a Soviet carrier? Oops. Definitely not sold to Pepsi this time around.
Well, that's nice though.
German Democratic Republic. see. What do I want? What do I want? I think I'll take this one.
Founding of the GDR. It's very interesting, actually.
Let's see. Don't need that right now. Was the second carrier? This was not a good start for you, was it?
No, well, it's all right.
I mean, losing 2 carriers out of the get-go is not a great start.
I didn't lose them. I lost.
I mean, you had to, one was destroyed and the other had to be replaced back into stock, didn't it?
Yeah.
So I would say that was basically a loss. I forced you to retreat it, which means if you want this again, it's going to take you 2 turns to get it out.
Well,
I'm completely fine with this.
Yeah, it's a good Soviet start.
And I do have all of Eastern Europe under control now, as well as the Aleutian Island. Ooh, the Red Dragon Dance.
Arms race.
Time for Mao.
Mao-tastic. So why is Mao such a good leader in East Asia?
Oh, because Mao has special abilities. That's why he's such a great leader. And on top of the fact that you only get him, just like Tito, through special events. You can't just pop him up whenever. You need to actually pull the focus to get him to become available. If you get him to become available, then you're gonna have a way better time if you're playing around here with the Soviets. Because Mao can... actually forgot, was it... It gives you finance or something else, which does really help.
You mean in Mongolia, or?
No, Mao has an ability, the Great Leap Forward,
Right, yeah.
where he basically trades off something for cash, if I'm not wrong. I can't fully remember right now. I have only had Mao happen twice at this point.
Yeah, he has a land reform, which he can do. And land reform is, in essence, well, it's his ability to... Oh, wow.
Hi.
You reinforced there. That's,
I know you only have 2 carriers here and 1 fighter command, which means, due to the fact that I removed 1 carrier... Actually, no, I'll probably remove 2 carriers, which means there is no more fighter command. So it's now up to you if you want to reinforce this or pull out of Asia. You're reinforcing it. Okay. I mean, we can keep playing this. I have plenty of equipment. Let's see very quick.
Yeah, and also Mao has the other ability, which is that, of course, he covers Beijing. So once you recruit him there, he holds that for you. And of course, all the other leaders have the same ability. So when you recruit them, there is one region that they will cover.
Let's play my hand like this.
So
Oh, so you're not there. You're probably hiding on Guam then.
I
I
don't know
see.
what you're talking about.
I see.
I don't know what you're talking about. So what you're talking about is you attempted to bomb my bomber.
Yeah, I attempted to find and destroy wherever you're hiding your stuff. I hope that you probably put it into northeastern Japan because you start with a tank and a fighter command there. So I thought you probably put it there, but it seems like I was wrong. Where are you hiding? Can't find you right now. You're lucky. Gellert, you're breathing a bit in your mic.
Oh, sorry about that.
No
I
problem.
was so excited. So yeah, I mean, I lost the carrier, but I think here this was a pretty good
Arms race.
pretty good play for
I'm fine with it.
this is going to be interesting.
Okay. That surely is an interesting choice.
Oh, Tito. Well, hello there, Mr. Tito.
Here comes Greece. Oh, you didn't help? Oh. But I thought you're in America. You should always help the Greeks. Where's the Marshall Plan today?
At first, I thought I would, and then I decided not to. reason is it can be quite dangerous to I think the interesting part in Western Europe in general is that there's so much dynamic here, and for this reason also the patch we'll be rolling out today contains some new policies for this specific theater. What did you do? You're doing something.
I'm doing
Question is
nothing.
what?
I'm doing absolutely nothing. I don't know what you have, what you're on about.
I mean, if I would wager, I would wager you're building up a Swedish-Finnish zone or something.
No,
like
I'm not doing anything.
That just sounds so. That's a confirmation. He's doing something. Definitely doing something.
I'm doing absolutely nothing. I'm not currently preparing to strike mainland America. I don't know what you're on about. There is no tanks in Greenland. Hey, Mr. Maximiliano, how are you doing today? Nice to see you coming over.
Hello, hello. Question is, which one should I pick if I want to pick one? I think I'm gonna pick this.
Sure. It basically doesn't change much.
Arms race.
And then I think I'm gonna.
I'm doing fine as well. Hey, Everton. Thanks for stopping in. Northwestern Russia. That is... the Finnish zone again. Sure.
I mean, I'm probably gonna be losing the Aleutian Islands, I figure.
You figured right. I've been having a tank there for a while to prevent you from deploying anything. This way you can't deploy anything in Eastern Europe, so there's basically no chance for you to bomb anything. And since I have troops stationed on all the border lines, you can't just walk into my country at all. So that is completely in my hand.
Proud Soviet Union.
Soviet Union strong.
I just did that because you said Soviet Union strong.
I am still strong.
But yeah, I mean, the Aleutian Island, poor Aleutian Islands. The US lost that also during World War II, didn't they?
Aleutian Islands? Yeah, but they lost it to the Japanese in World War II.
Yeah. Wow, these are some very mighty interesting stuff here.
Get some rightful Soviet play. We had some actually very interesting battles at the beginning. I managed to dunk 2 of his carriers. One was pulled back into the arsenal, one was destroyed immediately, which basically gave me full control of the Aleutian Islands. And afterwards he managed to destroy 4 of my tanks in Asia, but that is not an issue that I care about at all. Because since all of Eastern Europe is completely under control, I can start pulling some troops out of there without having any issues of, or like any threat of actually losing anything in Eastern Europe. So I can start pulling more and more troops out of mainland Russia.
Yeah, now we begin the second timeline here, and I think there are some yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what you select for this one.
It's difficult because I only have 3 to choose from. I'm giving it a good arguing. Probably gonna go with this one.
Popular unrest.
Arms race. Our fighters and carrier fleets can now deliver nuclear
You want to go
strikes.
first?
We have launched our first object into space.
Oh. Yeah, that is pretty generous. But I have a plan.
It's the man with the plan.
Well, hopefully, right? I don't see you capturing Sweden, so I'm wondering what gives.
Nothing.
You're probably doing something sneaky.
No.
So you don't have anything in Greece, and then Sweden, so everything must be in Yugoslavia. Well,
I think you haven't heard the word boat.
oh, yeah, I was right. Oh, Boat McBoatby, what are you doing here?
Hi. Just looking. I've been driving around seeing where you're hiding.
That is, What? You already built up a fortress here.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh! A bomber? And what the? Well, I gotta say I'm pretty, yeah. I'm pretty surprised about that.
Problem I have is I'm not sure on which island you're hiding here. It's either Iceland or the Canary, so I'm not sure which one I need to bomb right now.
I need another of these. And one of these. Actually, pretty. Well, I suspected you would do that.
I'm not giving you those points.
Well, it was very well played. So explain what you did.
Oh, so since my units were unorganized and I know you would send another bomber command in a second, I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and just immediately give Tito control, which means he appropriates all the troops that I had in Yugoslavia, so you cannot destroy them. And he gains a bunch of power from it. So now he has 11th power, which means it's going to take a lot of time for him to die. And I can do a lot of things with him. Because he loses 1 power for each timeline that passes. And he loses 1 power for each time I use his ability. I can't put troops into Yugoslavia, but I can basically now take over control over most of Western Europe with just his ability. Taking your control away and slowly influencing everything into my direction. And since I can use them outside of turns, that is really going to help me. Really taking your time with your focus, aren't you?
Yeah, I was really thinking about what option to
Disarmament.
to go with. So the important thing here was to gauge what could be useful going forward.
The enemy have launched their first object into space.
And I have a really good idea about what I can do, because whilst you have been pulling your troops everywhere, blockading what I can do, I'm basically spending my influence from Tito to have a lot of interest everywhere, so if I do need to deploy something, I can't just do that, and I can block you from deploying troops in certain areas. So the next time we get back to Europe, it's gonna be a rather interesting playing field.
Most certainly will be.
Regan, your microphone again?
No, sorry.
No problem. Forgot how many turns this is. Only 5. That is a rather fast focus then.
Yeah, certainly is. I'm not sure I appreciate the fact that you have fortified Europe.
I haven't really fortified it. I've just been sprinkling
sprinkling
some
influence.
socialism around.
But it is very interesting indeed, and I think. And I think the something must be done to counter this, because in essence, I mean, in the long run, this can become quickly dangerous.
Oh no, this is completely fine. I wouldn't bother about this at all. Just,
well, Norway
just go do your thing. You see, there's this weird thing in Hollywood which is going on. You should probably look at that. People have been crying out about corruption. You should have an investigation on that. Just don't look at Europe for like 5 to 10 years.
Norway kind of disappeared into the nothingness.
No, they just saw how good socialism is. You know, free education, public health care, food for everyone. That sounds amazing, doesn't it?
Food for everyone. That's actually pretty. Sounds pretty nice, to be frank.
See, just let me walk into your country and I'll show your people how nice it can be.
No.
Yes. Yeah, food. Look at that. I actually have money and I'm making money. I'm not role-playing the Soviet Union. I'm actually making a profit. I'm not just running out of cash immediately because I'm funding so much of my arms programs. Actually, I'm making money.
Ka-ching, ka-ching. Yeah, I mean, one advantage, of course, is that having a good position there, kind of, it's not bad.
Certainly is.
I wonder, though. I think your position. You're kind of giving the impression that your position is strong. But
I mean, I definitely haven't shown you that I have ships around the British Islands. So why would you think that my position is relatively strong in Western Europe?
I mean that is something that worries me.
I'm definitely not currently moving over ships which have tanks on them, so don't worry about it. There won't be an invasion of Britain through Scotland. We're not playing Victoria 2 after all.
I think you're trying to trick me in this. I shall not fall for your tricks.
Sure.
What
That's good to know.
What just happened?
Nothing.
You said that's good to know.
I definitely didn't just get all the information I need. I mean, whilst I'm planning that operation, I'm pretty sure Britain is currently planning Operation Unthinkable, so... Well, we'll see how it goes.
Mr. de Gaulle. Well...
That basically confirms it for me. Let's see, what do we have here? That looks fine.
Oh, that's actually an interesting choice.
Arms race.
Here's a declaration of war zone, so you decided to stick with it. Okay.
Yep, I did. Oh. Oh my god. You didn't have any fighters there.
Why would I? I'm doing my things.
Pretty low on elites, so I figured I would just take a chance and see if I could get through. And sometimes, you know, that sort of thing pays off, but sometimes it really comes back to haunt you. Oh, that's interesting. Sukarno is in general an interesting character.
I'm actually not too familiar with Sukarno, so I sadly do not know.
Just worried about. No, I don't think I want to do that.
See how you react to it. So for those who are not aware what I'm doing right now, I'm basically forcing him to either attack me or get destroyed immediately.
Fighting for Norway! Go, Norway!
I mean, go ahead, fight for Norway. Let's see. Which one do you pick? What probably... Yeah, most of them actually in areas where we haven't been before. Sub-Saharan Africa.
Disarmament.
Oh. Oh. That's interesting. So there are two choices here. Either it's in Iceland, or you have one in the Swedish-Finnish.
Oh, I have one in Greece.
No, I don't think it's Greece, because Greece is neutral. So
you do realize I could have deployed before.
Well, you could have deployed one earlier, that's true. But I don't think you put put it in Greece because of the risk of it getting.
I mean, Greece would actually be the logical choice because Tito's in the way, so how would you get there?
But I think I'm gonna go and get rid of the threat that we have over here. What happened?
Would you be surprised if I told you I've only been successful with a single intelligence mission this entire game, and most of them have been above 50% chance? I've attempted 7 recons this game, 1 was successful, and they were almost all above 60, like 60-70%.
Well,
my luck is just perfect today again.
After having infiltrated the Swedish-Finnish zone, I now know where you have your little fighter.
Nah, I'm just having, again, just absolutely no luck.
Oh. Say what? So you do have a bomber in Iceland or in Greece. I think I was too conservative trying to get rid of your forces in West Germany. Push them out.
Why don't you try to move a tank in?
No.
No, go ahead.
There's something definitely fishy going on here.
Oh, you're pulling out? I see.
No comment. But in truth, I think a lot of the forces that you deployed, in Western Europe. I don't know. You might have forces in Greece as well. But I think for the U.S. a good option is to try and just take them one by one.
position I'm in.
I mean, looking at it, Tito's still strong. At this stage, I don't think he's worth trying to assassinate or anything like that. Now you're I should be gaining that extra bonus. I have more influence in Sub-Saharan Africa now. Okimati.
Let's even the score. I just put it to 12-12, so you got nothing.
I forgot about Kimati.
I was thinking if I want to pull a card, because he only has one score. You need to prop him up if you need anything, but I decided to just give it a shot, therefore it changed around a little bit, and I did manage to zero it out.
Yeah, Kimati is he's a fighter for sure. Leads the Mau Mau rebellion, and just in general, fighting for independence there in Kenya.
Disarmament.
Oh, communist collaborators. This can be quite dangerous.
Oh, don't worry about it. People just see that, you know, free food, healthcare, that those are really good things. This is why everybody's like, you know, maybe we should have a talk with them. Just, you know, just give them our country. Just give everything over to the Soviets.
Well, no.
We have launched our first animal into orbit. We have sent our first man into space. Our bomber commands can now deliver ballistic strikes.
Going into space. It's very interesting.
Space. I mean, you have played Portal 2, haven't you? The crazy core with space. It's all about space.
Into space. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Soviet Union. So now the question is, will you be moving in forces from Svalbard?
Ah, very nice.
What happened?
Nothing.
That sounded suspiciously a lot like you did something. Operation Cylinder Success
Nothing.
happened. Oh my god, you see what forces I have.
I may or may not actually roll the good dice, and I can see almost everything. I mean, you're spending your time putting troops into Greenland, creating a war zone there.
I most certainly am.
I was actually thinking of deploying something there, but I decided against it, because you could just bomb it from mainland America completely into oblivion.
Oh.
So I was like, no.
So you did contemplate on making a final stand.
Not really a final stand, because I have enough troops around every area that you own, that is close to you to actually start, like, prepare a full-scale invasion. But I wouldn't be able to do it right now. I would need a little bit more preparation for it.
Yeah.
But since I still have enough air force, ground force, and I have enough troops close enough to perform that operation, it would certainly be a possibility. Isn't actually that expensive. I can deploy there really cheaply.
Yeah. You probably have. It's because you probably have the string of ships there somehow.
That is acceptable. Oh, place one alignment into Western Germany.
Yep. Soon Yugoslavia will be mine.
You can attempt that. And you're going to fail completely.
I got a really interesting choice here, but I think...
Was I discovered? I was discovered. Where did you deploy it? Greenland again? Why would you put it on Greenland? You already have control over it. That sounds like a waste to me.
I have a plan.
In my opinion, I would have probably just done French Polynesia, so you would be able to control it.
Disarmament.
No. I have the plan. So...
Yeah, that's 4. could actually deploy him.
Who are you thinking about deploying?
Oh, I was surprised because deploying one of these people, I could do it, but it would put me into mismanagement status. So I'm surprised it doesn't allow me to do it. Oh no, you contested one of my tanks. I don't think Nagi is a good idea if I have so much control. I usually put Nagi only there if I have at least... if the enemy only has like 2 or 3 control there. Which means any focus within the within Eastern Europe. And then just hoping that I can disarm, get 1 or 2 points and then deploy him. I usually think it's a bad idea to just put him in there because he does not deal any damage. Oh. Actually is exactly what I need right now.
Mr. Fidel.
Time for the Cube Missile Crisis. See, I'm the nice guy here. I was reducing pressure, I was de-escalating the situation. And you're the person... What was it? Like the USA? Yeah. Retaliation resolves yields talent. You decided to retaliate against things that I've been doing. I've just been... Oh. There's the directive that I got. Hey, get out of here.
I have to say I was pretty much a crook there. That is true. But I see an...
I didn't fortify for a reason because then you wouldn't know that it was there, but you know, now I can just fortify and block it off and you can't actually invade me there. So I'm in the green for now. I like always how the main feeders in the later timelines are just completely ignored. Like, oh, main feeder South America? No. It's time to talk about Tito and about Castro.
Well, hey, they are pretty good. Oh. That's where your surface fleet is.
One of them. That is good to know for me.
I think that was a pretty decent round.
Arms race.
Go. Just completely cut off all of my control. It's relatively nice to just pick this focus now because you decided earlier to just sprinkle like random influence all around Russia. Oh, you went for the arms race. Interesting. So you want to have a invasion happening.
No. But I figured you had placed mostly everything in Western Europe now.
That
So
is actually completely wrong. Why would you think that? That is completely wrong. I still have so many troops in Eastern Europe. I wouldn't abandon my line, especially due to Aleutian Islands not being under my control completely. Why would I put everything in Western Europe?
That's alright.
Let's see. What do I wanna do here?
Boom.
Oh. You can play that game.
I figured.
And I know you only have another destroyer there, so if you wanna attack me again, you have to wait for the destroyer to get off cooldown. So I have plenty of time to recover.
Well, a surface fleet is worth more than a submarine. And,
Well, it's still not really worth much for you. You can't gain control of the Aleutian Islands, and you can just have that, like, what is it, 2 victory points? Let's compare it out. Yeah, that was like 1 victory point for you. So it's just not worth anything.
Disarmament.
-1 doomsday. We're so friendly. This is actually one of my interesting focus because it's like, oh, gain influence and declare war in Angola, and then both sides just disarm and the war just doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, we
It's-
both backed down because I mean, this has happened before too. You know, where historically, where nations
I know.
first
It's
began
just
building
always
up,
it
and
just
then
sounds like this fun thing. Like both just decide to prepare for war.
oh yeah,
Like the Cube Missile
we're so
Crisis.
tough, and then just back down instantly.
Yeah, it's like the best example is the Cube Missile Crisis. It's just like everyone's like, all right, boys, let's get down to DEFCON 2. Everybody prepare, and then somebody's like, you know, we can just remove the rockets, and everybody just goes home. Like, sure.
Yeah, let's
Sure.
do that.
Let's do that. That sounds better.
That's a better idea. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just that sounds like a really
Immediately
nice
backing
thing.
down. Yeah. Oh, nice. So in this new patch that we'll be rolling out later today, what definitely is a focus there is we've looked at the focuses on the Middle East to improve, and then also we particularly looked at making the policies which you were playing around with here. I saw you launching the. More powerful. So we're going to be adding 20 updated policies in this patch that's coming out, and they mostly focusing on the Western Europe and on Eastern Europe. Oh. Wow, he's getting weak.
Not really. I'm actually doing all these things on purpose. Because I know for a fact of my own, you can mismanage basically all of your interests at least once or twice. So I've already done it with finance, I've already done it now with elite, so I can just go ahead and do that. Oh, did somebody fail to assassinate Tito?
Even worse.
You completely failed, I know, because you gained power.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is if you fail miserably, then the target can become more powerful because he saved himself from assassination.
And then he just decides to consolidate power because everyone's like, something bad happened. Maybe better to just have emergency powers granted to him to deal with that situation. In this case, you actually helped me a bit because, you know, Tito loves himself some more power. It wasn't enough to give him only 11. I think 12 sounds just really nice for Tito. I mean, you could try again if you want to. I mean, you only have like 3 power left. I'm not sure if that's worth now. But
No.
we can always try.
No, I have way better stuff to focus on.
Hold on, 6 turns. That is a relatively long focus still. I just noticed that we're actually only in the 3rd timeline. I was expecting us to be way further ahead. Seems like we are not.
That's alright. Well, we're not on the first timeline, right? We are on the
The 3rd.
the third.
We're in
Yep.
the 3rd timeline. I thought we were way further down the line, but then I realized, oh no, there's so much we're still missing. Alright, let's just regain this before he loses his complete power. Whilst you're gaining the West African coast. I'll use the remainder of Tito's power. Doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. Exactly. You can attempt to defy the nature of the world, but if you try to assassinate someone like Tito or like any other famous people, like you can try it with Mao. Tito and Mao are probably, in my opinion, one of the most prevalent targets for assassination. Especially if you get the focus for the Middle East, for Israel and the state of Lebanon. Because it gives you extra power on assassination targeting.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are pretty powerful too, so it's not like they're no.
I mean, yeah, you saw it. I deployed him in the first timeline, and he was there for 3 timelines with me, which is a huge amount of time for a leader to stick around with you. Usually you don't have them so long, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, just paying, like, using them so much.
Yeah, I mean, another thing we have in this patch is we made more decisions unique. Sorry, focuses unique. And a unique focus means that, as it is the version we're playing now, it has repeatable focuses, which means that there are going to be more generic elements here, but in the new one, more of the focuses are unique, and that means
we have completed our first rendezvous. We have completed our first orbit of the moon.
So that means that they will be, more powerful, and will add new elements compared to what they did previously. And once you play them, they're not repeatable, so they're just going to be available throughout that game. And then once that is done, then they disappear.
The Soviet Union today feels really powerful. Wonderful. That is good to know. That is really good to know.
Did you do some espionage again?
No, I didn't do anything.
Sounds like you always say that is really good to know during your turn. I'm always suspecting it's something to do with intelligence. You kind of give it away every. you say.
I mean, I might be doing that, or I'm just doing it on purpose in this case, and
I mean that's also an option. You always say I'm so unlucky when when you do a mission. Oh. Oh. That's interesting.
Look at that, we're almost even with victory points again. Which means I can continue playing this time game, because this is gonna be good.
Woohoo.
Well, let's see. What are we going to do now?
Disarmament.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, make my day.
Well, let's use him up before he goes away.
Oh,
A good friend Ho Chi Minh. So... Ah, why are you going all the way down there? That is... Alright. Playing in the Magellan zone is not anything I would have expected you to do. That seems a little bit counterintuitive.
how so? Why not?
In my opinion, the Magellan zone is not worth a lot. I would just go for Argentina. The Falklands, that is actually an interesting idea. I wouldn't say no to that, but the Magellan zone, in my opinion, is not something I would decide to definitely put my points
the
on.
Magellan Zone, it has already an influence, so increasing that by 2 to 3 is much easier than starting at 0. And besides, Argentina, as far as I'm concerned, does not lead to the path of righteousness. Because Emerald Akbar would say, it's a trap.
No, everything Argentina is fine. Come over here. We're definitely not hiding World War II people who have been, you know, convicted of war crimes or something. They wouldn't do that.
What are you up to? I'm pretty curious to see later on the strategy played here, because I think it might be a very interesting one. You're not doing anything in South America as far as I can see.
Don't worry about it, everything's fine.
Well, thank you for the tip, KGB. You know?
Just go home and have a cigar or something. It's okay.
Oh. Selected to delay.
Have to play the card now.
Well, not me.
The 7.
Disarmament.
The Joker?
Have to play a card. That's the card I picked.
So maybe we want to mention a little bit about mismanagement, and that mismanaging the domestic politics. So either by
I
maxing it
mean,
out.
basically, it's a system close to the real world. You have to keep all of your powers in check. If you forget to give somebody what they're supposed to be getting, like you don't pay the military or the government, like you force policies through the government, it's gonna make people angry. They lose their power or they gain too much power. If they have too little power, then they'll revolt, trying to take their power back or to overthrow you. And if you give them too much power, well, then they'll overthrow you as well because they don't need you anymore. And in these circumstances right here is I'm kind of more not just playing on the border with them. You can mismanage once or twice. It is more or less just a luck game, how far you get in the first or second turn. You could mismanage basically your finance immediately at the start of the game and then lose, because there's a chance whether or not it only fires one event. You pay victory point and everything's fixed, or you pay two victory points and or you get the event twice, and then it's not gonna be so fun anymore for you.
Oh, interesting. So
I know you're there. Let's just use him before he expires. I knew it! So I am right.
no comment.
To know.
I will not confirm or deny.
You just put your bomber commands all the way over into Portugal because you saw what I've been doing over in Yugoslavia. Not one focus for Western Europe.
Suits me just fine. Whew. This is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm having a bad time here. Not even one of these focuses is in any way good for me.
Disarmament.
Oh, Che. This could be interesting.
Well, I'm basically putting time bombs all around South America. So if we want to move in, have a fun day.
Our submarine fleets can now deliver nuclear strikes.
Well, my hopes rest on the fact that you somehow will make a mistake, something, then
Aw. I hoped. I hoped. It went well with like 2 of my policies and 1 recon mission.
Unlucky. Oh. Come on.
How many fighter commands are you sitting on? You have like 7 in Portugal, don't you? Jesus Christ.
And you have 2 fighters and 1 bomber. Because I just infiltrated you. That is way less than I would have thought. So actually...
Well, I'm not putting everything in one place, though. Why would I be that stupid? You also put your stuff into separate zones, so...
Well, it is a very interesting predicament here. Question is, what should I go for? Well, I think I know. But that is smart. That you. I mean, probably have some stuff in Sweden, maybe Ireland and Greece as well.
Yeah, you'd overkill it even more. Jesus Christ, what have you stationed there? Carriers, destroyers, 4 fighter commands, and a bomber?
You're probably not gonna get through there, that's for sure. Oh, you did you do a recon on me?
Well, it worked for once, so...
I mean, this is really a peaceful game. You see, we don't have to wage war. We can get along, right? But yeah, there is definitely a Cold War built up in Europe, Scandinavia, and
I mean, it's still interesting to see that I've managed to push you this far out of Europe. I more or less suspected that you actually would put up more of a fight, and not just let me walk in like that.
and I was suspecting you would be expanding into South Asia and East Asia, and I
No,
even
why would I?
gave you the possibility to do so. But yeah, I don't know. I think we reached a good point here, you know.
The advantage that I have is that we don't have a war fighting in Western Europe, therefore you can't do anything against my troops. That definitely does help me a lot. And since I've done some interesting preparations here, I should be able to continue this game without too much of an issue. Free trade.
Oh yeah.
Disarmament.
I mean, sure, you can have South America at this point. I'll just take, you know, the good parts, Argentina and Bolivia.
That's.
I mean, I don't need more oil. You can have Venezuela. I already have the Caucasus. And you know, also Iran and like the Austrian oil fields as well as the German. And most importantly, those Norwegian oil fields which will be discovered in about, you know, 40, 50 years.
You know, it's so. Yeah, Everton writes, so it doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yeah, for sure. And I think also, you know, having now that you see sort of the might I built up in Portugal, and I've seen what you built up in Western Europe, that, you know, now those forces that are there, sort of we get that mechanism that also exists in real life. You get this
The Mad Doctrine.
standoff.
Because both sides know if this actually comes to a fight in Europe, there's going to be many casualties. Because you have two choices and I have two choices. Your choice is to either start bombing Iceland, hoping that you will win that, or then just hope that I don't walk into Spain, which is, you know, something I would definitely do, or I could start pushing into Italy, destroying whatever is there, and you know, we both have two choices. And if you decide to fight Iceland, then I can just go ahead and just start walking into Spain and destroy what you have sitting there, and afterwards go after your bases in Portugal.
Yeah, and we both have buffer zones. I mean, in this case, French-Belgian zone and Italy is a buffer zone for me, and Yugoslav-Albanian zone and West Germany is a buffer zone for you.
Yep.
So it is a very, very interesting position. And so far, and that's what's interesting about it, is it's quite stable. The question is, what will happen going forward? I mean, the real predicament here is there is a way to break this deadlock, and that is to use false flag operations, because you can lower influence. Oh,
You sure can.
Jup has died.
How many turns do we have? We have one more
Did
turn.
you-
Huh?
Wait, what the? Nothing.
I'm not aware what you're up to.
I'm pretty sure you just got rid of my. I mean, I had a unit infiltrated there, so did you return that to base?
No, I have nothing.
I had a KGB unit in Iceland, and now I don't anymore, or a CIA unit rather. So you had to return it, or use counter intel.
I have no idea what you're on about. That is definitely false. You should just ignore everything that this man is saying. He is completely insane.
Are you abandoning Western Europe now?
He's completely insane. I don't know what he's on about. Should probably put in an asylum. Everybody just get in here, get that man out of here. Someone just pick it up.
I prefer the Soviet term, sanatorium, right?
Sounds like you're going to the bathroom.
Also, what's interesting about it is that the whole you began the play session by invading West Berlin, but then you never capitalized on that. So West Berlin so far has still been.
Oh no, I've done exactly what I want. The point
Yeah,
is, I
exactly.
have a unit in West Berlin, so you can't deploy anything there. That's the only reason why I'm sitting in West Berlin. Because you cannot get it now, you can't put anything there. If you were to put something there, the tank would immediately destroy it. That is the only thing I'm doing.
But you have not taken over the civilian administration. You just basically have the military there, and the civilians and the administration there is still my command. But of course,
but again, I don't really
it's
care.
also
It's
a standoff. Yeah, it's also a standoff.
It's just you can't put anything there, so I'm just
No,
blocking
the
you
same
from
with
putting
Aleutian
troops.
Islands too.
Yeah, I don't need to take it over. All I need to do is I need to prevent you from doing anything there.
You see, I've built now a little beltway down to South America.
Trying to block me out from getting anything in there. The thing is, logistics still works. I could still deploy. No, I could still deploy. There's still a possible way.
Must be costly though. You have to take.
Let's just say with the current finance that I have, I could deploy stuff.
Yeah, I know you have a decent, sizable amount. I've not done an espionage mission, so for me it looks like you have quite a bit of military and government as well. But because espionage missions are particularly useful for this. Espionage missions you can use to gain a better accuracy regarding the
enemy situation
of your opponent.
Yeah. It definitely does help me out. For instance, it told me earlier that you are actually keeping up to date with your nuclear technology. Which means I know for a fact that you're not keeping up too much with military. So you will not be doing your space race too much. Which means if we can just, hold this down for like another 2 time zones, I can just win by space victory.
Alright, interesting.
Disarmament.
I'm gonna do this. Which should give me the rest of everything that I'm looking for.
Namibia.
Alright, so he doesn't hear this right now, but holy crap, I have a lot of cash. I have way too much money, and all of my influences are high. This is ridiculous right now.
Namibia, huh?
Yes, indeed, Namibia. Would you like to come over? Have a cup of tea?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, come on down to Namibia, boys.
Come on down. I hear they have pretty sweet tea in Namibia, actually.
Yeah, as far as I know, it is almost on par with what the Turkish tea is.
Oh yeah, Turkish tea. That's nice.
you get out of here?
Say what?
I said, bugger off.
Hmm.
I could actually end my turn here immediately, but I'm not going to do it though. For the simple fact, I want to prevent him from knowing that I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just waiting because I don't have any interest that I could spend.
Oh, this is really gonna be interesting to see.
Seems like somebody's pushing all of his policies right now. You need
I've
that
been
cash so
saving
badly?
up. We've been doing pretty good, I think.
Bonnie. Which one was that again? Oh, no, that's not on here, is it? Yeah, but Bonnie should be in... No. Can you help me again? Where's the Bite of Bonnie zone again? I'm not aware right now. Control establishing the Bite of Bonnie zone. Oh, it's in South Africa. I was looking at America.
Yeah, it's right there in sub-Saharan Africa. If you go to
Yeah, no, I found it now. I was just
it's
like,
the
I was
third-
thinking because you were
Oh.
doing like Americanization and such. I was thinking like, oh yeah, corporate ventures. You're gonna do your like your policies for America and
no,
such.
the focus
So,
is
yeah.
it's yep. It's in the current focus in sub-Saharan Africa. It's right there in sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah.
Hmm.
next timeline.
Not so
Come on,
fast.
pick your focus or bypass it. Middle East, detente.
Disarmament.
Not so fast. Let's see. We need.
I'll be surprised what you see, what you do. I wanna see what you're up to, Flaney.
I have been contemplating on doing some fun stuff here.
Ooh, I love
Question
fun.
is, should I do?
Svalbard. Hmm. So you have troops stationed up there. That is surely interesting.
Well, it will be mighty expensive for you now to cross that ridge. And I do like that.
Okay. Let me just do this.
Sure.
You're not the only person with a plan.
New timeline.
New timeline, and here is the power again. Let's see, do we have anything? That'll be interesting. Let's try this one.
The
Disarmament.
Pacific. Gain, well, actually gain 2 influence there. But you gain people alignment.
Well, looks like it was a good pick for me.
So talk me through it. What's your plan?
No, I'm not talking. I'm not telling my enemy what I'm up to. Get out of here.
We have successfully landed a man on the moon and launched a space station.
Oh wow. That's impressive. You really have that much military.
I may or may not have a lot of alignment.
Yeah, you probably have a lot of.
So my plan here is very simple. If he does decide to do Western Europe, I'll pull out. I'll let him have it. Because he... Right now I'm just playing for victory score. I have the military.
Suspected that you would
So
have alignment.
I have more than enough alignment of everything, so I can just do whatever I want. And since for this I just need 3 more, I get 5 from the next timeline, so that is affect instant victory. So I just have to survive until the next timeline, and that's game over. And since I also kept on top of my nuclear technology, there's no way he can do that. Since I also have all of this stuff up here, I am actually able to nuke everything that he has, especially all of the submarines. This is why I deployed these submarines around here, because they will be able to bomb North America. I'm actually thinking of putting one into the Arctic because it has even better range then. I'm hoping that I can just force him to attack into like Western Europe as soon as we have a fight here. If he decides to start moving to Western Germany, I can do radios on and blow him up. Or if he goes into Yugoslavia, I can just use Hawksa to blow him up. So Europe is basically still on control even if I do decide to pull out. You can have Eisner or something. I can just redeploy units if I need to. Because I will not be able to beat that ever. This is too many fighters. I would have to do a land invasion into this.
Yep. You were saying? Sorry.
Nothing. I'm just thinking to myself.
Are you going to be surrendering?
No.
No. Okay.
Why would I do something like that if I'm in such a good position?
Oh. Global plot. Oh.
There we go. Oh, that cuts you off here.
Well, I have a dilemma.
Please, tell me more about
Question is, should I win now or should I win later?
it.
Both are good options.
I don't think that's gonna happen. You're not even close to having a victory point victory. Because you already did a good amount of policies, which means there's no way you could just pull 80 victory score out of your deck. And you're also really far behind in the space race, so that will also not happen. And since I have something else which I have in my hand, which I know basically ensures that the last victory condition cannot be fulfilled for you, I'm in a good position. I'm just waiting for your play. Please enlighten me.
I think
How many turns do we have left for this? Oh, that's only one more turn for the scene declaration. But I think it's time for another rebellion on Ireland. Again, I'm basically just sitting here, playing him, seeing how he's gonna react to it.
that's fine.
Like, I really bet he's probably gonna pick Western Europe. Then I'm gonna play my secret weapon, disarmament. There won't be any doomsday. There's nothing he can do. And if he does decide to go for Doomsday, he can't win because we have the same amount of nuclear power, and I can nuke out mainland America. Oh, Idi Amin.
Disarmament.
Are you really that low on elites that you can't afford anything else? That you have to go and pick up Idi Amin?
No, just I like the guy.
I mean, he has a fancy hat. Gotta give it to him. That's a really fancy hat, man.
That's that's his best quality. It's let's face it. Definitely his best quality.
Probably didn't expect me to say that, did you? I mean, like I said, you can't deny, right? Infiltration in Beijing. Are you trying to kill Mao? What has Mao ever done to you? Get out of here.
Or did you actually see that?
Of course I saw that. I saw you trying to fiddle around in my territory.
You might be hiding something there.
No, go away.
Trying to roll out Mao. But then it turned out you weren't.
I mean, here's the one thing. You do know that I have Mao available. It is just the question is, will I actually...
I wanted to see if you were gonna be...
Will I actually play Mao?
I wanted to see if you were actually gonna be rolling him out.
So I would have assumed that you'd have probably attempted to bomb me the second you saw something in Beijing. Now here's the question though. Do I have something there or not? Because all you know is that your infiltration didn't succeed. Because all I can tell you is that I do have units in Asia. But The question is how many?
The enemy have launched their first animal into orbit.
Oh, look at that. A dog in space.
Woo!
We send an ape, you send a dog. I don't know why, but right now, when it has like space rendezvous, I'm more or less just thinking about actually, you know, like the Soviet shuttle piloted by an ape, and then the American shuttle piloted by a dog, both doing a rendezvous to meet each other. I'm very much just sitting here enjoying some music.
Well, you know what they say. It's gonna be the final verse.
I mean, I have a really good question for you right now.
Yeah.
On a scale of calm to Stalin is having a heart attack, how stressed are you right now?
Not the least bit.
You're not?
No.
I expected you to be a little bit stressed right now.
No, I'm actually pretty good.
Oh, operation detected. Let's see. I could go to the UN and start telling everybody that you're a very naughty, naughty boy. Or I can do this. And, let's see. I think that's a really nice spot.
Oh, really?
About that whole you can't deploy anything in Iceland now. Let's think about that again. Oh, just look at that. More diplomatic headway. I think I might hold on to that. Here's the thing what I'm planning with this, because I actually have a button which just reduces Doomsday by 10. If he does decide to create Doomsday and start a nuclear war, I can click that button and immediately remove all the Doomsday. Ah, get out of there. Go away. This is my sovereign territory. Go away.
No.
It's when you're French. Didn't we already remove the goal from the game? How's this happening now? I like how we're both just like driving back and forth, taking territory here. Oh, I got an error.
Oh, that's fine. I know what it is.
Yeah, I'll just quickly give it to you though. Just.
No, I got it. I know what.
Oh,
that
you got
is.
the same one? Okay.
Yeah. That will be already fixed in the patch. I know exactly what that is. Yeah, you can close
So
it.
now, yoink.
Disarmament.
Nice try.
What do you want? I got really good stuff here. I got a bunch of people. I have 3 new people I can just recruit in South America, which gives me a lot of territory to work with. And since I have so many people, I could just do this.
Very interesting.
Would you look at that? Move 1000 in the message log. Woo! I only actually had 1 or 2 games which went this far, that I had 1,000 points on the message log, because usually either somebody mismanages or it doesn't give me that much information. Still waiting whether or not my plan works out. Again, remember, for those who are just jumping in, he doesn't hear me. I would also actually remind most people who are watching right now that this is actually not the intended way, because the game is built around the factor that you can't communicate with your enemy through any circumstance. This is why there's no chat, nothing. So the way we're doing it right now is just for demonstrative purposes, and also the fact that we both know the game relatively well, and we both know how to bluff and do certain things, so we know how to outplay each other a little bit, where the strengths and the weaknesses of the other person are, so we're just having some fun here and answering some questions. So what is your move for Popular Unity? What are you gonna do?
I have a master plan. You see, I mean, this game will soon end if I don't take radical action here. Because I think you're preparing to go to space.
I am. What do you mean? I already am in space. I have a space station, and I landed on the moon. I'm going to make I'm gonna make a Mars colony tomorrow. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna invite everybody who's communist. No capitalism allowed. And from there on, we're just gonna colonize the world.
So
now here's what I can say. You got it. Because here's my trump card, you're trying to kill me, therefore I'm clicking this button. I knew that you would do this, I prevented especially from getting anything up to 5, so now you can't kill me. I specifically hoped that you would do this. I just pull all my troops away. You can't bomb anything, can't get victory score, and since I don't have a single region with 5 influence, you can't get 10 doomsday.
Well, so you might think.
I mean, you can attempt to get doomsday, sure, but you cannot get the victory anymore.
Are you sure?
I mean, if you're able to pull 85 victory scores in 3 turns, I'll be impressed. Sure, go ahead. But I actually have one question, because we both know it's going to end. How is your alignment looking? Like, how much are you gaining each timeline? I do really want to know how much you have. Because every time I play the USA, I'm struggling to get military and elites going.
I have 4 alignment for military, actually.
No, I'm talking about all the alignments. Just, like, no line. If you are interested in putting on the table, I will also tell you what I have.
So finance I have gotten rid of. I have 1 alignment for people and 4 military.
Is that all you have?
Yeah, I don't need anything else.
I have 2 for finance, 3 for people, 3 for elites, 6 for military, and 3 for government.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
I am drowning in alignment. This is why I could do whatever I wanted most of the game. Because I have so much to work with. But yeah, my card that I played relatively early was that I checked whether or not you're keeping on top of your military technology, which I'm also doing. And I wanted to play for the space race victory. I wanted to give you war victory points at the beginning so that I will always have first pick when it comes to the timelines. And I can basically plan out the timeline that way. This way I could play strategically and make sure that you cannot actually, you know, defeat me in the timelines, because I always had first pick. And I could see what you're planning onto. And based on what your actions during that timeline were, I was able to see what the next timeline would be that you're going to pick. I decided that I want to have a very, very proactive game here. So what is your plan? Well, I want to see, how are you going to get 86 victory points in the span of 4 turns? Because you already used most of your policies, there's no units in Western Europe, and there's no war zones anywhere, which I have units in, which you can just bomb for victory score. Because either everything's fortified, or my units aren't sitting in a war zone.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, the issue for me as the Soviet playing against the Soviet Union here is, of course, that I, just like you, opted for a peaceful strategy. I don't really have any other means of well, building up a nuclear war. I kind of knew I had, like, strategy-wise, 2 real main options. One was to
Invasion of me?
say again.
Invasion of me?
No, but in essence, because the remaining ones were Western Europe, East Asia, and Sub-Saharan Africa. Essentially, I didn't have any means of invading into, just as you said, any region that would get the Doomsday to be maxed.
And this is why, actually, fun thing. Last timeline, I got the diplomatic headway, where I was actually holding the event for as long as I could, because there's one of the decisions which gives me -10 Doomsday. So if you decided to invade anything in Africa which had like free control or something, so you couldn't get any Doomsday with it, even if we decided to get Doomsday, in my last turn I would have clicked that button to remove all the Doomsday. But yeah, I strategically play in Europe to ensure that there is no way for you to spike Doomsday. And since I knew the other 2 are in Asia, which again, I don't actually have enough territory with domination for you to invade. And I also have the Somalia coup d'etat, which would only have helped me because it gave me military, which made my, next turn even better. But it doesn't matter anyway, because I have 2 military right now, and I gained 6 alignment. Because I have so much. This is why I was also able to keep on top of military the entire game. Because I have, except for Merv, all the technology. And since I saw earlier that I actually was slightly ahead against you in terms of military.
I mean, nuclear-wise, I have 40 in my arsenal.
I have 45.
Yeah, but I mean, the difference here, I have a lot more regions, and I have a lot more influence still.
Oh yeah, but I can bomb everything. Oh no, West German Alpine Zone. What am I gonna do? It's not like I still have diplomatic headway, which has a button which reduces Doomsday clock by 10. But I do actually have something in the Antarctic. Oh yeah, I just saw you undeploy that sub there. Did you know that this was actually the sub which I'd infiltrated for the entire game?
You did what? No, it's your turn.
No, you just... I saw you removed the sub in Central Canada.
Oh yeah, last turn. Yep.
Yeah, I had that infiltrate the entire game, so I could see all your movements.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. See, what would I like to do? I have a good idea. I'm just gonna do this. I'll take another sub and just deploy it into the Arctic. Why not? Just put more ships into the Arctic. But no, I actually do have enough range. The only territory that I cannot reach is anything in Argentina. I can reach the rest of the world. Like Brazil, southern Brazil, all of that is... all of Africa, Australia. The only place which I can't reach is southern Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, and New Zealand. Everything else can be hit by me. I do have the range for it.
Oh.
You know what? I'm just gonna do this just to spice you. There we go. Now I have global range. You know what time it is? I put a bomber into Cuba!
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I put a bomber into Cuba. Let me just press that button here real quick. -10 doomsday. And since I prepared everything else, let's see. Just double checking that I'm not gonna lose anything. Alright, this would cost me 1 alignment. That's fine for me.
Disarmament.
So, do you have any last words before I win?
Yeah.
I was loud. That was really loud, but hey, you actually fought really well. I didn't expect you to put that many fighters into Portugal. But, I never would say it was a really nice game. I enjoyed this a lot, but,
Yeah, I mean, a peace
We
victory.
have launched a missile defense system into space.
yay! It's Star Wars, boys! And I do have a sub. You know what? For my last move, I'm gonna put another sub up there. There we go.
A flawless victory. But don't get ahead of
Nicely
yourself.
played.
Oh,
Nice
never
played,
mind.
Aseed.
Get ahead
You
of
also
yourself.
played really well. I enjoyed it a lot. Surprisingly enough, we were actually even on victory points at the end. And I had a substantially higher arsenal than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, and you see what I meant with the influence. I had a lot more influence, but of course, when it comes
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the end it didn't matter because the victory condition that I chose doesn't care about influence at all.
Exactly. And that's how you can win with playing just for peace. And as you see, the efficiency in building up alignment over time can really be rewarding because it grants you all the necessary stuff you need. So
Oh yeah,
that-
it was insane to get all of this luck. But it basically came down to the fact that I didn't lie when I said none of my gameplay worked at the beginning because I was doing recon and infiltration and all of these things, and they just wouldn't work. It kept failing. 75% over Portugal failed. 80% over the island south of Portugal, it failed. But then I started doing espionage and counterintelligence and all of those things, and they all worked. And I got so much alignment, I didn't know what to do with it.
That's what you did when you removed my IC now.
Yeah, I actually got that through counterintelligence and everything. I've been playing with them a lot because I was basically playing at the limit at the beginning, spending as much as I can, getting myself into the problem that I have to mismanage once or twice on purpose, so that when the next turn came around and I mismanaged my military once, I would get 2 free military.
Oh,
I paid
wow.
the 1 victory
Yep.
points just to get 2 free military, and then when the next timeline came around, it gave me enough military to do both of the space race options.
That's terrific. Nicely done. Well, and also having the strategy, just as I mean, I saw that you were you switched strategies midway, and you were not building up anything to 5. I kind of figured already you were going for space race, so I started expanding the. I knew I couldn't beat you to it because in essence I had more victory points So we would never end up in a position, if you just played peacefully, I played peacefully, we'll never end up in a position where basically I could overpower you. So the only option that I saw was basically keep the fort, and just keep the lines, and then hope that there would be something that instigates combat in
Western Europe.
In Eastern Europe. Now, that could have been done because, in essence, the Arctic works in a way where you can have both Soviet and US
American
units.
subs.
So
Yeah.
in actuality, I could have used my submarines to instigate that combat. Now, I didn't know you had infiltrated one of my subs, but I had subs also up in North America, so I could have used it. You couldn't have destroyed it, but since there was no way where I could instigate that combat, essentially it meant that you were pretty set for space race victory. So not this timeline, but the previous timeline, I pretty much figured that you were heading that way because you built so much into the alignment. So
Oh no, I
option that
was doing
had
it from
was-
the beginning.
Right. So the option that I had was just destroy so many of your units, essentially, that either I could go and grab myself a victory, or kind of bait you into somehow going max on the Doomsday Clock and launching the nuclear war.
Yeah, I saw that, but I've been basically the last two timelines I've been playing very defensively, constantly disarming, because I knew you were planning on at least pulling through a draw. So I've been holding on to the events which reduces Doomsday and everything. I've been holding them, not doing them. And like I said, from the beginning, I was actually playing towards getting that Star Wars victory. But the point was, like I explained before, I always wanted to be the first person to pick. So I baited you at the beginning to destroy my units, so that you would get victory points. And whenever a timeline comes, no matter how many space stuff I do, you would still be ahead in victory points, but not too far. So I would always have first pick. I never changed my strategy. My strategy from the get-go was to throw units at you, give you the victory points, and then get first pick every time.
Yeah, and basically, to counter that, the way to do it was to get you in a position where I could destroy enough of your units, and I kind of, I did destroy 18 of your units, which is quite a considerable amount.
Yeah, but I had enough finance. I could just make more, which I did.
Well, yeah, but there was no way you were gonna be militarily winning this contest anyway, because that wasn't your aim. So at that point, I had to kind of build up Western Europe, and then just look at where could I instigate combat, and then try and expand as far as possible the outreach that I had with the United States. And
Sure,
so
but it worked.
yeah, and so in essence, also use some of the policies to put myself in a position where I could where I could complete some of the policies, get some more victory points, but I never was in a position at that point where I could threaten your you finishing the space race. So that was a benefit because you built up that economy. So catching up there would have been different because, or would have been difficult because, I just basically didn't opt for that strategy at all.
Well, it did work out the way I wanted it because, like I explained before, I did at the beginning completely secure mainland Russia so that you could never actually threaten me on that territory. So that even if it came to Eastern Europe being in a war zone, all of your fighters wouldn't have helped you anything because you couldn't get the fighters into.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Eastern
wasn't
Europe.
aiming at doing anything with the fighters for Eastern Europe, I was aiming to do something with the submarines in Eastern Europe using the Arctic, because once you've invaded, well, since you had Berlin and you basically pushed into, um,
I know what you're up to, but would you like to hear a funny thing?
yeah.
I actually had destroyer stationed on the northern line of Russia, so even if you decided to move in your sub, it would have been intercepted by destroyers who were just sitting there. Because I expected something coming from there at some point.
Oh yeah,
So I had
but that
destroyers stationed there. They would have been immediately destroyed if you tried to go into
yeah,
Russia.
I suspected you had, because I only destroyed one destroyer, so you had to have had the other destroyer somewhere. So I suspected that you had, but nonetheless, the aim of attacking into Eastern Europe there would have just been to maximize the doomsday clock,
Yeah,
and
I know.
and then basically, even if you would have used the resetting of the doomsday clock, I just needed a second submarine to do a secondary attack in another region to get that happen. And I figured that I would be attacking Murmansk because you still had submarines there, and I saw them for a while because I had infiltrated
I know.
them. But you did use espionage, counter espionage, or counterintelligence rather, to remove my my infiltrated spies. So yeah, uh, really a solid play on how to win peacefully. They're, in essence,
It worked
it is.
out just fine.
Yeah, exactly. In essence, that's an exemplary way of playing a peaceful game.
Yeah. And I'm sure we can have another one next week. But I'd say for today, we've been playing for 3 hours. It was definitely a good game. Many people have enjoyed this, I assume. And I would say let's call it here for today. And then we'll have another Terminal Thursday next week. And let's see who my opponent will then be. Maybe it will be Pugsy again. Maybe we'll get someone else in, Niklas or Eric. I'll leave it up to the players. We'll see who decides to pick me up.
Yeah, and where do they need to send if they want to challenge you?
Oh, they would go over to the Terminal Conflict Discord, and they would contact me in the event war room. From this week onward, I will actually go ahead and just put up messages whenever, informing them that the Terminal Thursday opening, the game opening is there, and people can just request to fight me, and then I'll offer them a week where we'll play. Or I can even play with them off stream, that's fine with me. But I would probably just do it when they're interested, play on stream, and we'll do everything over there. So if you're interested, go over to the Terminal Conflict Discord. I'll pick my messages out and send them. It's gonna be amazing. And we already had some good games last week with Pugsy, the weeks before with you and Lennon. So I can only assume it's gonna get better. People will increase their skill level.
Yeah, most certainly. And also on Steam, we've passed 1,000 members in the Steam group. So wonderful, the community is growing. So in celebration of that, today's patch will be rolled out. As mentioned, we'll be presenting a new set of updated focuses, policies. And also for you guys who bought the DLC, the Eyes Only DLC, we will be rolling out a brand new DLC Eyes Only terminal as well. It is something that we've been putting together, so that will of course be included for free for you guys who bought the Eyes Only DLC. So have you not picked up the DLC yet? You can check that out and support the Road to 56 team. In particular, Leif and William, who have been the main developers to make that happen. In essence, we'll be seeing you then next week.
Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure everybody's thrilled. But yeah, like you said, it's 3 hours now. Again, if anybody wants to fight me, go to the event war room. I'll be ready for any challenge that comes up. But until we meet next week, I wish everybody a wonderful week. Stay safe, and I'll see you on next Terminal Thursday. Goodbye.